You already know this, somewhere deeper than thought, because you've lived it every time you learn to walk, speak, or fall in love. So do you listen? Imagine the way a child first learns to ride a bike. The parent doesn't teach balance. They lend it. They hold the seat, run beside, whisper, "You've got this," and then let go. That's healing. That's teaching. That's life rehearsing its own next version through you. People fear the unfamiliar because the brain equates new with unsafe. The amygdala lights up like a damn alarm. But you're unconscious. It's a lazy genius. It loves efficiency. So the moment it finds a smoother route, bang, it keeps it. That's how habit is born. The unfamiliar becomes familiar. The scary becomes simple. And the simple becomes you. So now, some part of you can begin to recognize how you already do this. When you learned a song by humming it until the lyrics returned. When you reached for a hand before walking into something uncertain. When you pretend to be brave and then one day weren't pretending anymore. That's neurology's magic trick. Pretend first, become after. Every time you face something new, 3 systems wake up. Sensory registration. What the hell is this? Prediction. Have I survived something like it? Rehearsal. Let's simulate survival. Stories, metaphors, practice. They all run rehearsal loops. That's why hearing a parable calms fear. Your mirror neurons try the behaviour before life demands it. Like a software update running silently, your mind installs the pattern long before you click accept. So zoom out. All healing, all learning, all evolution. Same algorithm. Expose, reframe, rehearse, integrate. The healer's job isn't to push, it's to translate. To paint the foreign landscape in a familiar colour until the traveller's eyes relax. To say, see, you already know how to do this. You just forgot the language. That's why the best guides don't shout, they mirror. Because when people feel seen, they stop defending their fear. You value freedom, safety, understanding. You value not being lied to by fear. And what creates safety faster than anything? Familiarity. So as you breathe, you can notice that safety doesn't mean nothing changes. It means you recognize yourself while it changes. That's the moment the healer waits for. When the stranger within starts to sound like an old friend. Fear isn't a wall. It's proof that growth is knocking. The unknown doesn't test you. It invites your next version. Caterpillars probably think cocoons are coffins. Then they fly. Comfort keeps you alive. Curiosity makes you human. Neuroplasticity, it rewires through repetition and emotion. The hippocampus tags new experience as important, only when it feels meaning. That's why stories and swearing work. Emotion supercharges encoding. Every metaphor that you let land reshapes your synaptic landscape. And fear is cortisol rehearsing caution. When you reframe it as curiosity, the brain rewires the chemical equation. Same signal, new story. Listen, life doesn't give a shit about your excuses. It hands you chaos and says, make art. If you freeze, it waits. If you move, It builds muscle. Growth has always been voluntary servitude to change. You want comfort, stay small. You want truth. Walk into the unknown and watch it stop being unknown. Every master, every healer, every scientist did exactly that. Not because they were fearless, because they got bored of being afraid. So yeah, people would rather die than face the unfamiliar. But the unfamiliar, it's the only place alive things grow. And as you sit here, you can allow your mind to reorganize itself, to recognize how this ability was never missing, just unnoticed. And every time you learn, you translate strangeness into sense. Every time you teach, you make someone else's chaos look like a map. And maybe from now on, you'll hear fear's trembling voice and think, oh, new software downloading. That's how evolution sounds. Somewhere inside you, a tiny child still rides that first wobbly bike. And somewhere else, an older you, is already building highways through galaxies of ideas. Between them, just breathe, balance, trust. Learning happens naturally. The unfamiliar becomes familiar. The familiar becomes easy. And what's easy becomes who you are.